Dear students, today we discuss a small notes on LED lamp, light emitting lamp, which is made up of discrete light emitting diodes. The question is, write a note on LED lamp. The LED lamp is nothing but it is an optical device. It gives a light by consuming low electrical DC power. It uses an one or more light emitting diode. The LED lamp is made up of discrete LEDs, and the LED is nothing but a two lead semiconductor light source made up of semiconductor materials like gallium arsenide, and some other impurities are mixed with gallium oxide to produce the different colors by changing the band gap between the valence band and the conduction band. So the LED, the inside view of this LED, it has two electrodes. One is positive electrode, another is negative electrode. A small semiconductor material made up of gallium compound chip is placed here. It is the outer reflector curve. It is the outer lens casing. It is the body of the LED. The power is supplied here. A DC voltage is applied. A positive DC voltage is applied to this anode, and the negative DC voltage is applied to the cathode. The LED is made up of two P-type material and N-type material. It is just like a PN junction diode. In PN junction diode, the germanium or silicon is used to construct or manufacture the LED. The germanium and silicon is only used to construct the ordinary PN junction diode and Zener diode. But for LED light emitting diode, the germanium and silicon is not used as they are produce heat while the recombination of the charge carriers in the p-type material and n-type material of germanium silicon. So silicon and germanium is not usually used to manufacture or construct the light emitting diodes. But here the gallium arsenide is used to manufacture a light emitting diode. It is a PN junction diode that emits the light. When a suitable voltage is applied to the anode and cathode, the light photons are produced due to the recombination of charge carriers, the recombination of electrons and holes present in the gallium semiconductor material. But in the case of germanium and silicon, during the recombination, the heat energy is produced. But in the case of gallium arsenide, during the recombination of charge carriers, the light is produced. So here it is a p-type material. The majority carrier is positively charged holes. It is the n-type material. The majority carrier is negatively charged electrons. It is the metal film connection for anode. It is the another metal film connection for anode. It is the gold film cathode connection. So the cathode terminal is given here. It is the epitaxial n-type layer. It is the diffused p-type material. When the power is switched on, the positive holes from p-type semiconductor material and negatively charged electrons from n-type semiconductor material recombines. During the recombination, it produces the photons, that is the light. So it releases the energy in the form of light photons. So the LED and LED circuit is shown there. The light emitting diode emits the light in a narrow band wavelength. The color characteristics depends upon the energy band gap of semiconductor material. When the impurity is added with gallium arsenide, the band gap of gallium arsenide is altered. Depending upon the band gap, the characteristics of the color, the wavelength of the color, the wavelength of the light emitted is changed. So the color is depends upon the band gap energy between the valence band and conduction band. The band gap between the valence band and conduction band is altered by adding the suitable impurities. Nowadays, LEDs using the color mixing principle, it can emit a wide range of colors by changing the proportion of light generation, primary colors, and the multiple individual LEDs are present in the LED lamp. The LED lamps have long life and high efficiency and are more compact and small in size, so it can control the distribution of light with a small reflectors and a spatial distribution of illumination without loss of any light. Without loss of any light. Or the LED lamps are available with different wattages. It gives more light or more intensity and with different colors. Dear students, only a small portion was missed. It is nothing but a general faults in ceiling fan and its remedy. Now we discuss shortly here. In a ceiling fan, the noise occurs. It is due to the worn-out bearing and absence of grease. The noise is due to also non-uniform air gap. How it is rectified? The bearing must be replaced and lubricate with proper amount of grease, and we can reassemble properly. And another problem is the low speed. The low speed is due to defective capacitor or low voltage applied. So we can replace the capacitor with high quality and check the voltage, external voltage applied, and apply a proper voltage. The jamming occurred in the ceiling fan. It is due to misalignment and defective bearing. What is the remedy? The remedy is to assemble properly and replace the bearing. Another problem is non-starting. When the power is switched on, the fan cannot be rotated. It is due to the power failure. We can check the power supply points and the open in the winding coil may be in the open condition. So check the continuity of the running coil and starting coil, and the condenser may be open or shorted. Check the condenser and open in regulator for resistor. In the regulator, the resistors may be broken. So check for open or loose contact in the resistor coil.